Hello? Hello, is this thing on? Hello, I am the Ronin Pawn, and welcome to a twitch.tv/Ronin Pawn live stream that is unscheduled and also no webcam and no nothing. Just total lazy speedrun basics for the day. That's what we're doing. So, I've been working on my Autosplitter, and I've just shipped out a sort of developer's help build of it to AJ and to Noah. AJ, I think, is running it right now, and I'm going to get in and run it right now myself. Ah, jeez. Okay, that's really loud in my headphones. Oh, Jesus. Okay, so what I forgot to do, I forgot to get Banana open here because I've got the headphones on, and go about negative 20 decibels down so that it doesn't blow my friggin' head off. Okay. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome to my first, like, serious run at this Autosplitter. I'm just gonna sit here and play the game. I got all the features on. All the features. So first thing that we need to do is we need to start the server in live split. Watch down here as it detects that the server is now working. By the way, where is that on my screen? Just go ahead and float you over there so that I can see you. Get the Twitch chat back up. It's gonna be you that I'm looking for. There we go. Okay, so game window not active. Game window active, and we're in standby mode. I am now running this, by the way, from an executable, so it's no longer being run from Python. It's actually compiled. So we're going to be ready to begin. And I'm just going to run Clustertruck for a little bit, because why not? In 3, 2, 1, go. And we're off and away. Off and away into the wild blue yonder. Okay, and I've immediately screwed it up, so I'll reset and restart the level, and boom, the Autosplitter handles that just fine, as though it knows exactly what we want from it. And again, I've screwed up the opening, so we'll reset and restart. Okay, now what is it that you've been doing wrong, Quan? Because stop doing that. There we go. Kind of a slow open, 7.0 instead of the 6.8 or 6.7. That would be lovely. Yeah. Ooh, it actually worked out. So through 1-1, through 1-2, 1-3 now, looking for this wall to come down in such a way as I can... Yeah, I couldn't, and yeah, let's just go ahead and reset. I've beaten some of my best times. Have I, though? We were only on... I have, on 1-2. Wow, okay. No, we threw a false split. Jesus Christ, that was fucking fast. God damn it. Immediately threw a false split. Well... this is going to turn into another programming stream, then. I was just going to get in here and run it. I have not thrown any false splits in testing, and I immediately threw a goddamn false split. So I didn't beat my best times. It threw a 0.01 time, you can see there in blue. So, Pawn, are you invisible? Yes, I am.
Pawn, are you invisible?
No, I just read that. You don't have to say it again, honey. I forgot that it does that. Yes, I am invisible. I've just, I'm not setting up the webcam, not turning on the lights, today, so, alright, well, that sucks, but, okay, let me show you something that doesn't suck, and that is, Jesus Christ, look at all the windows I've got open over here. You guys can't see them, but, my God, they're just prolific. What doesn't suck would be, if I can find the directory, open file location, whoop. Okay, so here's my compiled program. I'm calling it SplitRP. I think I'll be releasing it. And look, it's even got the little Ronin Pawn logo for the icon already. But if I can't see you, ho, do I know it's really you, imposter. You know it's really me. You figured it out. You just said ho. You know that that's what I am. So under falsies, because we just threw a false split, this program now takes a picture of what it didn't split. You know, what didn't work. It grabs it for you automatically, so you don't have to go doing it yourself. So now what I can do is just pop open GIMP. I can go back over here. I can grab this and drop it straight in. And where do I want that then? Is this the right place? It is. So now I can look at why this one would have failed. Boom. flip it, push it over here into the topmostish corner. Just trying to make sure that I'm in the topmost corner perfectly. I am. So test number 1 would be, did we find the middle detection point? So first off, actually, test number 1 is, did we find the first black? And that's probably where this error has occurred, because look at how far out until we hit the first black to detect. That is actually only 98. So we should have detected that. Do not update those. We should have detected that, shouldn't we have? If we get the Python back out here, and we go over to clustertruck.config, we'll see that the pattern detection should have a maximum search field of 200 on level complete 1 and level complete 2. Yes, that's correct. So if this is only 98 out until it finds its first black pixel, then yeah, we should be good on that. So assuming that it did find the first black pixel, then what it would do is move this over to the 0 point, and probably like that, maybe 1 over, and then it would do its test from here, and probably, I'm looking at the reason that we screwed the pooch here. No, probably not, because if we look back at the patterns, the way that the origin works is it looks for the new origin at pixel 230, and it will look for the next 30 pixels. So, on pixel 230, which is going to be right here, thank you, right out here, generally speaking, we start looking for what we're looking for. In fact, I'm going to drop the pattern for just now. So we start looking for from here, and then 30 pixels over. You are starting at 230, so if I go out to here, we're 24 pixels to there, 30 pixels to there, so that test should have come back true as well. So then we put up the pattern again, and we recenter this to be right there, because that's where it would have found the first black pixel and lined it up like that. And the question is, why did this not work? So, let's look at our patterns now. We have a softness declared of 6 on both of the patterns. Yes, on both of the patterns it's a softness of 6. So, we need to find within 6 pixels of this one, we need to be finding the first black pixel. And that could be the problem right there, because it takes 7 to get to the really dark black pixel. This one possibly threshes down to a hard black, but maybe doesn't. But that could be our problem. Let's see if there's worse things going on out here. And oh, but are there worse things going on out here? Indeed, I think we found a new extreme pixel. There's going to be your problem right there, buddy. We found ourselves a new extreme frame, which is always good, because that's, you know, when you find these extreme frames, then you can build for the worst possible scenario. So that being the case, what I want to do is I want to take the extreme frame and make it about 50% of what it is. Pixel Dentist, you know, because 230, why do I bother? Why do you bother? I don't know. So if I just get rid of, I'm looking for, I think these two used to be the, I don't even know what you are. What were you? I don't care anymore. You're gone. So were these two the maximums? The previous, like, oh, that's as far out as things move? Or was it that one and that one? Definitely not that one. I'm getting rid of you. You? Are you in a special weird place that's... Maybe, actually. So if I just look... Oh, you are at pure 100%. So if I take out the one that we're looking at right now, which is you, and then I compare that one to this one, out where it goes really bad, where you want to be looking at these things pull on, like that. You're nothing special. Yes, you are. You're the one I'm dealing with right now, aren't you? No, that is. Ah. Okay. So this one's nothing special. It's the same as... Is this? I'm really having trouble figuring out what I'm looking at here with the back and forth. Yeah, you're nothing special, so you go away. These were my two previous, like, worst patterns that were the most, you know, crazy. So if I then bring this one in, we see that, yeah, we've just got a new, you know, crazy, way out there, extreme frame. So that one is going to replace which of these two? It's going to replace that one. Mm-hmm. Thank you. So these are now my new... Uh-oh, what have I done? I don't know. These are my new... If I make you 100%, and then this one's somewhere around 50, my two, like, as far as we'll ever see them, you know, stretch out images, and we can see that we are well away from that side, and we're actually surprisingly close on this side. We're just 4 or 5 pixels, 5 pixels from the edge on that one. So if I were to simply take this and move you over to in betwixt the twain, I'm going to need a bigger pattern soften for this still, it would seem. I'd have to be 7 to get to there. And I'd have to be 7 to get to there. Okay, well, we can go up to a 7, but that's not going to leave us a lot of wiggle room on it hitting the way that we want to. Hitting as hard as we want to. I mean, I'd have to go out to an 8, I suppose, if I wanted some overlap. I guess I could do that. I could totally do that. Let's look back at this one now, the front one, and see where this would have to be, because again, we're looking at... Yeah, you're way out there. We just found a new extreme that we didn't know about before, and that's going to happen. Now, I'm trying to do this so that I leave myself with some room for, you know, future finding even worse pixel diversity, I suppose. So then that will be to the first, like, harsh black pixel just 5, and then out in this direction it would be just 4. It allows for things to go further that way than further this way, but then again, these should be threshed a little bit early as well, so I think that's the best place to put that. We're going to go up to a pattern softness of 8, and I'm just going to hope that I don't end up getting false positives off of an 8. And it's really just all about you, you prick. You prick. I might be able to add in... I couldn't trust it. I couldn't possibly trust it if I did. Yeah, and I do want that test out there. I mean, I could get rid of it, and then we'd be down to 1, 2, 3, 4 edge detections in addition to this, which counts as an edge detection 5, and the original, really, too, which would be 6. But I want that out there, at least for now, to see if we can accommodate for it. So that'll be moving those 2 pixels. So first off, we take a measurement of where this pixel exists in reference to the middle one, which is the blue here, and that's going to be 213. It says it just under live split there, 213 away from blue. So if we go back over to my patterns, and we change the last edge from 211 to 213 on each of these, and then we do sort of the opposites, and we come out to this one, and I'm going to have to put you over top of that one, I think. Not entirely sure of that, but you'll come out to here for 186, so it'll be negative 186 instead of negative 184, negative 186, negative 186, and then the pattern softness is going to come up to an 8, because I'm trying to cover, you know, things that I haven't even encountered yet. I don't want to go above an 8. I think an 8 is a lot. That's 17 pixels per test for an edge. And I guess that's not that much on, you know, 1,920 pixel wide screen to be testing, but, yeah, you know. The finer the resolution, the less likelihood it will find something that it shouldn't find. So now that I've updated the clustertruck.config file, what I'll have to do is come over to my actual project, take the clustertruck.config file, this new one, and go into the dist. Is it dist? No, it's, is it dist? Well, I can just back up. Where were we? Dist, split R2, falsies. Yeah, it is. Ah, so it's under here. Right, so number one, I will get rid of that falsie. And then I will paste the pattern over the top of the old pattern. And then we'll restart the program, not through Python, but from the executable. So executable dies, and I reopen it. And we're right back up and open. Game window is not active. We are resetted. Clustertruck, game is active. We're ready to begin. And we can start clustertrucking again. Falsies are not truies. they're not. It does catch false positives and false negatives. It may actually duplicate its catches even. But let's go ahead and just run the game. Run the game a bit, and hopefully that new pattern will solve issues. That did not start out well, so I will restart. That's the other thing, is I like this because, you know, I'm gonna run the game the way that I usually do, which means I'm not adjusting the way that I usually, you know, do splits or the way that I usually play for this Autosplitter at all. It's accommodating me and what I think most runners tend to do in terms of like when you reset and where you reset and how all that works. Straight into 1-3, now 1-4. Shoot! Yeah, I'm screwed that up. No false splits anyway. Have you seen any false splits, AJ? Have you run it at all, actually? Do you want to update some of your best times? I don't see why not. Yeah, they're very reasonable best times. Okay. This, by the way, is a new split file that I created for, you know, running IGT, for running these times, so it doesn't have any of my old bests in it. Although it does have it. There is a collection of bests in there because I have been running, you know, the game during testing as well. Ooh, give me you. Pop me to the goal. Thank you. Sub 7 time out of 1-3. Take the pop, run the side of that, take the little pop off the front of you, and boom, straight in for a 6.7. That's great. 6.7 is a hell of a time through there. Okay. Ooh, not the fastest this can be done. 11.2, still pretty good. Still okay, as long as it's below an 11.4, I'm fine with it. I got the good jump, straight through the hole as it opens, and 7.7. Ooh, nice, thank you very much. Now 1.7, I'm gonna go for it. Unless, it doesn't look good. It looks good. Oh, it stopped looking good. Alright, it didn't give me the fastest clear, but I mean, we didn't die, so hard to complain. Not for me, actually. I'm pretty good at complaining. Kind of been a professional in the industry. I've got a lot of experience under my belt. Yeah, up. There we go. Oh, it's looking... Oh, it was looking good. It's looking like an excellent setup for climbing the hill there without having to slow down at all, but it just didn't work out. However, we did get out of World 1 deathless, so we're immediately... Oh, and now... Okay, but we didn't die because I reset. Shouldn't have started talking about deathless out loud. Yeah, oh! Still alive, still alive, still alive somehow. Thank you. Thank you. And out of 2-1, Splitter's still keeping up with us. And into the side, take a nice little pop. Just gonna land you, we're gonna go under together, and then I'm gonna jump straight to the goal from here. 2-3 now. I'm off the side of you, I'll take another one, and then I'll take a little... Oh! Yeah! Yeah, okay. Just going for the backup. The non-death state. Not as fast, but hey, I didn't die. Okay, and now... Yep, this is looking great. Loving all... Okay, reset immediately. They friggin' pillared on the placard level. Oh, they're pillaring again on the friggin' placard level. That outside. Woo! Alright, I'm still alive. So 12.1 and a death through there. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Don't need to go faster here, Quan. I know you like to, but you don't need to, because you're gonna slow down for safety. You're gonna touch down there, And then, alright, we'll go straight to the goal. The 13.6, not a great time, but a living time. So, up, over here. Just gonna wait a second. I'm gonna pull back, touchdown, and push forward for a 9.5. I like to get that sub 9.6 out of there. There is a much faster way. Okay, take the backup to the backup method, because the other one was not looking good. Yep, and we're out and through with the 14.3. Kind of slow through there as well, but again, being alive is awesome. Okay, yep, we're good, we're good, we're good. One little pop to you, and then run off into the front. Again, not super fast, but alive. Down off the side here, we're going to take a ghost pop, and we're going to try and keep the ghost pops running. Yeah, managed to get through underneath the first boulder. There's another boulder coming quick. Oh, shoot, 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 shoot. Gotta go. 210 now. Gonna nose into the side of this truck, take the pop, send me up and over, dig into the side of you for a giant kick that sends me really far forward. Not gonna move until the front end of this truck is nosed up, or the front end of something is nosed up. Holy crap, I almost died on that one. Woo! Turned around and managed to save it and pull it out for a 19.271. What else? What else? Not. Slow down. Pawn! Okay, we're fine. 3-2, going for the mega jump out of here, trying to save 5 seconds. Didn't get it, didn't get it, didn't get it. And it's not 5 seconds, it's really 3 seconds. If you do this jump right, anyway. If you do it the way Trixie does it, I'm gonna save 3-4 seconds there over that time. It's fine, Okay, we're green in the splits, so we're doing good. We're doing good. Taking some levels slower and staying alive is way better than, you know, rushing for every drop of speed that you can get and dying because you're pushing too hard. Boom. Uh-oh, watch that edge. Okay, just run right off the edge here, turn around. I missed this one. Yep, try it again, try it again, try it again. I came out too far again. Oh, I got it. I got it. I didn't think I had it. Okay, don't die. What are you doing? Die on this stupid level. It's just 2 jumps and out. Okay, trying to get me killed on 3-7. I think we lost most of our green time on those 2 deaths, or 3 deaths there. Oh, this is awful. Absolutely awful. Reset immediately. That's just bad fortune. There's nothing I can do about that. You gotta, you know, wait on this log to get close enough to the goal. But you guys are just killing me with that. Okay, get me out. I never take it on that side of things, but it was just screwing me over. Okay, another mega jump attempt. Got it. Straight to the goal. Thank you. Now 3-9. I got the up and over on the first one, which means I have the potential to do this the fastest way it can be done, which I am doing right now. Yep, got it. Yep. 12.3 out of there. Now 310. 310, we go over, under, over. Yep, take the big pop to here, out to here, take a little back pop. Ooh, shouldn't have done that. Oh, should have done that. Oh my god, that was awesome. Hell of a save. Slow down. Slow. Shit. Friggin' lasers in my face. Completely random. Completely random. The positions, the patterns, the speeds at which they come and go. Yeah, we're through. Okay. 4-2. Big long line of trucks. Very specific set of jumps that I have a lot of trouble hitting exactly the way that I need to go this as fast as you possibly can, and I didn't. I didn't. Oh, I was on the I was in the shadow of the truck, you son of a biscuit. Alright, alright. Just don't die, you know, again. Thank you, I got it right the second time for the 13.3. All I had to do was, you know, waste 13.3 on the first attempt, and then oh, shit! I've been trying to take this one way too fast lately, too. I need to stop trying to push for all these little nanoseconds that I can get. Why aren't you trying? You need to be, you just said not to do what you just did. It was still just a 13.1, so I didn't do it well anyway. Out of here, little pop. Oh, yeah, caught an edge, caught an edge. Alright, just get out of it alive then. And 4-5, level where I can actually look over at the splits. Oh, we're still in the green? At least on this, and I don't know if it might not even be measuring against personal best, it might be measuring against the last, I'm not sure. I've been, you know, with all this programming and stuff, I've been flipping settings in live split quite often. Come on. Come on. Yes! I got it. I got my method out of there for a 10.5, now 4.7. Gonna dig into the side of him for a little pop to get me over some of these lasers to get started. I'm gonna just set up and wait to see what's going on with these guys. Alright, we're in a good position. I'm gonna jump a little bit early here, so I can get my feet back down and get out of this. 4.8. 4.8 is the same every time. Every time, Pawn. All you gotta do is hit the buttons the same way you did last time, the time before that, and the time before that. 4.9 now, just avoid the lasers in your face. We stop. 3, 4. And about now, slow down for just an extra tick there. I was right on the edge of that cycle. Alright, 4.10. Give me my method. I got it. I didn't get it. Shoot. Alright, nope, we can still make it work. We can still make it work. It's just going to be the slower backup way. Which is from here to anything that survives ahead and into the goal. And then into World 5, RNG hell. I am going to slow down and set up. Whoa! Whoa, set up here. And just like walk it in. 5-1 can, you know, you rush it and then you're stuck there for 2 or 3 retries and you just don't need to be. It's not helping you any anyway. Out of this with a 9.2 from 5.2, now 5.3. Gonna have to go on the right side of it. Get lucky. I got lucky. Okay, I'm just gonna wait it, and go this way. Safer on RNG World 5-4. Gonna run into the side of you, take a little bit of a pop, try and, yes, very nice. Get to the front trucks. Boom, and we're out. Oh, that worked out beautifully. 5-5 now. 5-5. Oh, shoot. That did not work at all. And then you hit the friggin' edge and popped out of the place where I was trying to land on you. Thanks. Come on. Didn't work again. Did not work again. Okay, but there are trucks here. If I just hang back. Ah! You son of a prick! I was about to take the big friggin' leap off of the edge of him. I missed it again. Missed it again. I am stuck.
Don't get distracted, Pawn.
Okay. It's gonna pop me from the side, and then from here, and then F it. God friggin' hell. Alright. Fucking 5-5, man. This is one of those levels. It just kills runs. It just kills runs. Thank you. Out. And none of those methods are, like, you know, guaranteed. There's not a single method there that's guaranteed to work. 2, 3, I'll go now. Fuck me! This is not a hard level! This run's over. This run is dead. Boom, that's how I mean to do it. Yeah, we're 42 seconds ahead. Hello, Dars, says Rex Skates. I should have let you say it then, eh, Rex? Yeah, we're dead on this one. This one's a reset. Are we running on the same level that we're actually on? After all that time, we are. That was 5-7, and the timer has not thrown a full split. Alright, now I can look back over at chat. Let's see. I have not seen any false splits for the one run I have done. Credit split didn't occur, though, if it was supposed to. It was supposed to, I think. I'll have a look at that, that thing then. Could distract Pawn, but I won't risk it, says Rex. And then, thank you. You waited until I'd already declared that this was a shit run that we were just going to throw away. Thank you, Rex. You're sweet. I like the strategy of going fast and dying at the very end. That's the way that I usually do things, so trying to break myself of that. Let's see. Last 13 years since I have a brain tumor. Will die someday from it, but hey, I am alive. Well, we're all going to die from something someday. Mainly, it's life that we're going to die from. Hello, Der Fregtidus. Is that how I should pronounce that? Der Fregtidus. Hola. XX the Goldfish is back to YouTube. Said he wants to reconnect his old buds yesterday on a Minecraft stream. Cool. Cool. I'd love to hook up with him. Maybe we can do some Might again. That was horrible. I mean, it was good content. It was fun to play, but it's not an easy game. I would love for Pawn Goldfish and that other guy to do a Death Minecraft again. This is Rex Skates. Yeah. A guy named Corrupted Unicorn might be interested, known as Hector now. Ryan the Solar Gamer is still active, though, is he? I haven't looked into that crowd in a long time. I am subscribed to Goldfish, so I actually saw, I haven't watched, but I saw his, you know, return to KSP, like, thumbnail. Anyway, I didn't see the video.
That was my secondary school biology teacher's view. Life a terminal disease, you always die in the end.
Who? Okay, so I didn't understand any of that, and I've just now realized that I don't have the live splitty thing over the live split. So, just a moment. Hi, I'm not turning on the lights. I refuse to turn on the lights today. So, Twitch overlay, copy, because this is just my, like, when I'm recording, speed runs, this is my little scene for it. And I didn't expect to be doing anything other than just doing the speed runs today. So we will paste a reference to that, and boom, we now have chat, and we have all of the other good things. So, where were we? I will catch up to that, cheer in just a moment. Got a false positive running my run. I was planning on beating you too, says AG213. I've got a new pattern file, if you'd like it. In fact, I will drop it in Discord for you right this very second, because I got all the windows open, don't I? Split RP, clustertruck.config. There you go. That, fixed the false split that I got. It was a very extreme one, too. I'd never seen it before, so that, give that a try. Paste that file over it. Funny, though, how the goldfish returned just as the Notre Dame burned down. What? What? Sorry, I meant caught fire. What? I'm using upscale 720p right now. Really? Really? Well, that's interesting that it worked at all. You're saying goldfish might be involved, says Rex Gates. Involved? Like with, does he have a girlfriend or a boyfriend? I don't know. What's goldfish into? In way of, you know, sexual thing. Darth Angelus cheering 10, that was my secondary school biology teacher's view. Life's a terminal disease, you always die in the end. Well, it's true. Can I do Twitch Prime as a command line prompt, or do I have to do the stupid website version? I have no idea. I've never done it before. But thank you if you figure it out, and if you don't, thanks for trying. Rex, you've got a Bits Leader. You've got a Bits Leader badge. Bits Leader 1. Rex Case 299. I must have just reset for the week. You're the Bits Leader, Rex. You didn't know it burned yesterday. Notre Dame burned. I had no idea. I live in a cave, and the only thing that ever gets through to me is Clustertruck speedrunning information. And not even that, really. It takes me days to look at my Discord these days since I got into programming this thing. We're ready to begin. It worked perfectly. When I leave the window, it knows that the game's not active. When I come back in, it knows that we're on a ready to begin screen. If I back up, it knows that we should go into standby mode because, you know, whatever map I happen to, or whatever page I happen to go to from here, you know, if it's abilities, don't drop out of this standby mode. Just stay into it until we see one of these screens again. And when we do, then we can start speedrunning from scratch. Let's, oh shoot, I screwed it up immediately. Let's go! Oh shoot, you know what, before I do, just get Twitch chat. Scroll down to the bottom so that maybe I can look over during the run and see what's going on. So again, from scratch, okay, I screwed that up already, restart the level. One button auto splitter, all you ever have to press is the reset key. Which I've got set to 3 right now, but in the settings.config, that can be changed, and when this is actually released, that was a horrible intro. When this is actually released, those settings will be, you know, available through a graphical user interface for you to be able to change, like you usually do in most programs. Click on a little gear icon and, you know, change your configs. Yeah, no. Okay, slow but in. Now 1-3. Can we live through the wall falling? It's looking possible. Yes, slowly through 1-3, but alive nonetheless. Now 1-4, take a little rub, walk, roll, boom, boom, boom. Out with a 6.8. God, that's such a good method. Such a good method. My best time used to be like a 6.9, and now I regularly come in with like a 6.7 or a 6.8 through there. Boom! 11.3. As long as it's an 11.4, I won't, you know, be angry with myself. Prefer it to be better than that. I'm going to do the rub and push through for a nice time. 7.9 ain't bad. Oh, I've screwed this up. Okay, we're gonna have to go for like some backup methods. In fact, I'm just gonna take a kick off of the sides of these because I just screwed up that intro to that level. Boom, pop, off the front of you, pop down to you guys, and then off the top of that one in for an 8.2 out of 1.8. 1.9 now, climbing the hill. How nice are you going to be to me today? Not very nice! Oh! Still alive! Still alive! And we're out. Slow, but alive and through. 110. I've got the auto clicker enabled, if you can't tell. It's automatically clicking for me. There we go. Yep, no, this is good. Yeah, I thought for a minute this is gonna be horrible and not work. Yeah, I'm just gonna wait on my own, guys, thanks. You know, you can't trust those trucks. Sometimes they just decide to go back to where you started. So, right out through here, digging on the side of that one, didn't get a really good pop, but screw it. We're through and we're still alive, out of 2-2. Uh-oh, 2-3. Yep, missed both of those jumps. It's possibly fine? Yeah! Oh, shoot. Caught him on the drop through. Well, at least we survived it. 2-4 now. Let's do one of these levels fast and not just alive. This is not going to be the one. Oh! I thought I hit the pole. I thought I was dead when I went that high, but I'm not. We're still alive. In fact, we're deathless to this point. Oh, don't say that out loud, Pawn. I know I shouldn't have. Bad Pawn! Come on! Come on! Yes! Yes! I made it out! You know, without dying. Really pushing it on that. That was stupid and dangerous, and I shouldn't have done it. Basically describes my whole speedrunning method and a great deal of my life as well. Boom. Okay. I'm going the slower route because of the way that the level loaded in. Yeah, I can make it. I can make it. Alright, 2-8. 2-8 now. I'm gonna go straight into the ghost pops this time. Yeah, I'm actually going too fast with the ghost pops. It's hard to control! We're good. We're to the front trucks. I'm just gonna wait for safety and then go. 13.4 out of there. Now 2-9. Pop, pop. Down to the right. Take a pop. Ghost pop from here. Ghost pop from here. I'm going to have to stop for this one. That is coming really fast. Is there a possibility of still... Yeah! Getting through. If you take a mega jump like you just did, then yes. And it's slow, but again, still deathless. 210 now. Take the rub. Going to set up for this one. Okay, to you. Get your nose up, and I'll take another jump. Yeah! Yeah! Oh, Nelly. Oh, Nelly. Landing it and pushing through, and we're deathless into World 3. Wow. Okay. Right? Aren't we? I think. Maybe I don't know how to count. Alright, 3-2 now, going for the mega jump again. Mega jump! And I'm dead. And I'm dead, because I went for the mega jump. Mega jump! Didn't get it. Didn't get it. So we'll just land it. Go back here. And go! Caught it. Caught it. Alright, we got a good time coming into World 3 at this point. Whew. Okay, 3-4 now. 3-4, sitting up here, waiting for you to pull forward, then take the run, the jump, skip the whole level design here. Start coming back. Nope. Nope. Okay, okay, made it work, made it work. Now come on, get it first time, first time, first time. It's looking good. You bastard. That was a good approach. That was an even better one, apparently. It didn't look good, but it landed, so I guess it was better. 3-6. 3-7 now. 3-7, this is the spinning log ahead. It got me killed last time because the front trucks just, you know, fell off the log. And what am I gonna do about that? We're close enough, I can go it. Go to the goal. 3-8 now, take the little short pop, and then here, and then we're going for the mega jump here as well. Haven't been having a lot of luck with the mega jumps. Okay, nope, we're fine, we're fine, we're fine. We're in. Now, 3-9, nope, dead. Had to reset that one. Pop, 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 pop. Nope, nope, just laying that one up. Laying that one up. 13.3 out of there, but still alive. 310, not continuously alive. We've died and reset a couple times now. And... yeah. Oh, yes! Uh-oh, shouldn't have done that. Yep. Yep, I pushed too hard. But in the end, it didn't even matter. What? No, it did matter, because I lost time by pushing too hard. Okay, now just there, there. I'm going up and over. And then going through, and we're out. We're into Laser World again. If we cannot die this time on this one, that'd be nice. Hit! Yeah! Woo! Trying to find the spot where the lasers aren't gonna kill you on that one, huh? Okay, let's go. Let's shoot. Shoot. Nope. 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 Just setting it. Just laying it up. Laying it up from there. Everything went too wrong. 4-3 now. Boom. Boom. Come on now. Come on now. Just a little fall-offs and taps. That's all you want to do here, Pawn. Fall-offs and taps until you get here, and then boom and out in a sub-13. That's how we like to do. 4-4 now. Pop here. Short one. Short jump. Long jump. Well, medium jump. And then boom out for a sub-9. Not as fast as it can be, but good and fast. 4-5 now. How are we doing on time? 37 seconds ahead of PB. Well, ahead of whatever it's measuring. I'm not entirely sure right now. And through there and out into 4-6 now. Set up for your method. I got some of it, but I'm going to have to back off. Have to back off. Hit. And just walk it in a little bit. Okay, 4-7. Take a little... Oh, yep, missed that. Missed that. Alright, it's fine. Still okay. To you. You're looking okay ahead. Oh, we've got the line of trucks all the way to the goal. That rarely ever happens. Okay, now 4-8. Same set of movements every single time. Pop, 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 pop. I'm gonna sit it up just for a second. Safer. 4-9. Stop here. 2, 3, 4.
You come here all the time.
Hey, that's a resub. He, Rex. You got it working. Thank you, Rex. And no, didn't quite get it. Oh shoot. Oh shoot. It's fine. We're still good for the backup. We're still good for the backup. Yep, got the backup. Got. Really? Are you kidding me with that? You're not. Okay. I'll get the way that I'd like to do it this time. And I did, and we'll go straight to the front truck. Ooh, and get the hell out of here and into the goal. Okay. You know, you gotta take a death somewhere, apparently. Right down through the alley, and I am setting up right here. And just waiting it out. We'll slowly go to goal together. On a slow boat to China. All to myself alone. Alright, out of 5-2 into 5-3. 5-3 is the first one that can give you difficulty. I'm gonna have to go on the right, or the left side rather. Ooh. Gotcha. Okay, 5-4 the poppers now. Poppers, how are we gonna do with the poppers? Take my little pop there. Okay, I'm just waiting. I'm hanging back now, apparently. Land you! Oh my god, I pulled it off. 5-5 now. Into 5-5. Oh, nope. That's not good. I'm gonna go for the mega jump immediately. Okay, mega jump around the outside of that. Hold up on you to the front and out. Oh, that's a much better way through 5-5. Do that from now on all the times. Okay. Boom, I managed to get the mega jump out of there as well. And we get the 8-second clear on that one. I'm not going to push it on this one. I'm just going to come to these. Sit it. Wait. Thank you for the pop. Up and over. Finger off of the spacebar because I want to come down, you know, sooner rather than later. Into the goal with a sub-16 there. 5-8. Need a little bit of a pop. That's too much of a pop. Okay. Uh-oh. No! It's because that truck was upside down. The truck was upside down, which meant... No, you prick! Oh, you friggin' just right there at the goal? Like that? Come on. Let me out of this friggin' level. There we go, 10 points. Okay, 5-9. Just putting it behind me. It's RNG world. There's nothing you can do, Paul. It's Chinatown. There we go. Set up for just a second, then push to the goal. Okay, 5-10. 5-10 now. Okay. Yep. Taking the safer method. And keep a little bit of speed for this jump. Come off you. Want to land here. Go immediately to the front truck. Nope, 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 nope. Early popper, early popper. We missed early popper route. And now, no! Okay, I might be able to make this. I might be able to make this. I made it. Holy crap, I made it. Whew, 6-1 now. Okay. We're just on par with time, aren't we? The last time I looked over, we were green, but just barely. Okay. I'm not going for this one either. This one's too, it's really hard to pull in. I'm gonna go now. Then just walk it in with the 26.5, 6-2. 6-2. Come around the corner. Into the side of you. Just gonna land it, make the transition, and walk out. 6-3, I really want to go back and learn Trixie's method for this, because it's a little bit safer than mine. But until I do, this is my method. Little mega jump out of there. 6-4 now. Under the waterfalls of trucks. Hit. Stop here. Just setting it up. Just laying it up. You know, it's a game of golf. I'm not pushing it. 6-5. This is not the method that I usually go for because it's unsafe. Oh, God, it is unsafe, pawn. Go back to your old method, which is this. Catch him on the back, it sends you up and over, you can connect with these two, so you're not wasting time on a level where you don't need to take a death. 6-6. Rub the edge of him, get up to here, ghost pop, ghost pop, ghost pop. It's just the right timing for getting us. What the f- It kicked me off of the back of it! You saw it! Okay. Okay. That happens like 1 in a million connections. You'll see that weirdness happen. Thank you. Thank you for that, then. 6-7 now. Oh, I missed it. There's a slightly faster way to get this drop a little bit better. We're just gonna come in and touch the back edge of that goal plane. 6-8 now. Oh, that's not how I start this level out, but okay, it's fine. It's fine. I'm just gonna set up here, let that one roll over my face, apparently. And then jump for it now. We're out of 6-8, 6-9. Boulder coming at her face. So I'm gonna let that boulder go at somebody else's face. Come down here, take one more jump, and then to the goal on the outside for safety. And then 6-10, we'll reset there, turn it, slide it right through first attempt. Brilliant. 7-1 now. 7-1, corner here. If you want to get thrown further, you go to the truck that's back further, but that one's just a little bit more dangerous. It might not throw you the way that you want to be thrown at all. I'm going for the safer method. Alright, now 7-2. Hit. Down there. Get me on the outside. Okay, I got on the outside of it. Good, good, good. And now I'm just going to manage my fall speed by playing with the spacebar as I go for a sub-12. It can be better than that, but that's fine. We're going to touch this guy at that moment in order to try and adjust his descent to leave us in the perfect position to make this transition. So it's a little bit of manipulation on the truck. And out of here. No! Oh! I slowed it down because I was about to fly off the handle and get myself killed. Okay, that was straight to my face. Thank you. And that was just me getting killed again. I've been having some trouble just starting this level lately. Just getting running in the first place. Oh, jeez, I thought that hit me in the face. Thank you, game, for... Just, that was a gimme. I consider it a gimme anyway. Boom, to the outside so the missile won't shoot me in the face. 7-5 multi-missile and shaky world. In my opinion, the worst in World 7. The worst of the levels in World 7 is this one for me. It just ruins so many runs in so many different ways. Stop. Okay, set up and jump. And then... Perfect. Just fine. Not perfect, but just fine. 7-6 now. Take the pop. Okay. Pop, pop, pop. One more pop. Send me almost all the way to the front truck. Stop, wait till we see the horizon. Horizon's visible, go. Off the side, skip the rest of the level, jump to the outside, start coming back with a left strafe. Down to the goal plane. And level 7 now, the 3 big jumps. Oh, no, this is the other one. Thank God my brain knew that. Because I did the right thing, even though I thought I was on the wrong level. Okay. I thought I was on the next level, the one after this. Okay. Turning around and feeding it in. Right into the goal. 21.940 on that one. Now the 3 big jumps. There we go. Land the first big jump. Go to the front truck. Turn around. See the chaos. Turn back. Exit the chaos. Oh, I mean into the other chaos, rather. Whoa! Pawn. You are just, I was showing off. Yeah, that's what I was doing. Okay. Probably want to leave now. Down to here, just want to land this truck dead in the middle of it. Nice, got it. I'm not going for it. How are we doing? We are on time. Okay, go. With PB. Thank you. Now 7-9. Washing machine world. Just gonna set up here for a second and then take a jump. I should not be alive. That wasn't gonna work out anyway. There weren't any trucks in the positions where I need them to, so well enough that I die early. You are not good. You're not my guy. But again, no trucks in the positions I need them to be in. Yep. Okay. Yep. Made it. Woo! Okay, so a 2-attempt washing machine level. Not bad. 7-10 now. I'll take an extra little pop here, and then the pop through the keyhole slot. All skill, no luck. All skill. No! All skill, no luck. All skill, no luck. You know, you have to really believe it, apparently, too. No, it's completely not believable. There you go. And we're into World 8. My world. I have the world record for this as a segment. Yeah. Okay. Managed to pull that out. Managed to make that work. Alright. Immediately turn around out of 8-2. That's my best 8-2 ever right there. Because I remembered that it was there and I adjusted for it. Oh, shoot. I'm not going to be able to do my method now. Yeah. I mean, maybe. Yep, I did. I still managed to do my method. Okay. 8-4 now. Randomness. Big randomness. Yeah! Just reset. I could have recovered from it, but I'm just resetting. You son of a... friggin' hell. I am watching the trucks that they're firing at me. There's only so much I can do to avoid them. Oh, man. This is just... I think this is... They robbed me of what was gonna be, like, my new PB. We'll see. It's possible. I can still make it work. Yeah, just go. To the goal. 8-5, another random level in the middle of this one, where they're shooting the trucks at the side instead of at your face now. I never set up for that, but that's how, like, you know, afraid I am to lose this run, because it's a really good run right now. 8-6. Stop. Wait it. Go. Okay. There. I'm gonna go ahead and take the bounce pop on that one. And this one. Oh, and this one apparently. Jesus, Paul. Yeah, he's getting shaky. He's got the jitters. He's nervous. Run, jump! Die. Why did you do that, Paul? I was trying to get myself out of the nervousness by, you know, pushing for some stuff. Okay, so wait. Go. Go. What? Fuck! Oh! Just with the randoms, there's just a couple of randoms. What are you doing? No, don't come back. No. Yeah, let's go. Let me out of this level. It's possible I could still maybe something. Yeah. 42 seconds behind. Off of 2 levels, basically, in this world. Oh, shit. I've messed all of this up now. I'm tilted. They've got me tilted. Alright, come on. Boom, landed it. Yeah, okay. You then. Go! You can pull it all back on hell. You just gotta go through hell deathless. And you know how often that happens. There you go. And out. 8, 9 now. 9, we'll set up here for just a second. I'll take my run. Pop, pop, pop. Pop. Bit of a run there. Woo! A little bit too fast for my own good there. 8, 10 now. Pop, pop, pop. Uh-oh. That's not... Yep, my timing, I got caught on a fucking edge. Go! Fuck's sake! And... land. Go. 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 I'm gonna go for it. I have to, don't I? Shit. It's possible. It's possible. Possible that I can save it. Certainly not getting any, like, great times here. Come on. Come on, go. Go, 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 go. Made it. Made it. Alright, fuck me. Like a minute behind now, right? Go! Hit. 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 The outside, then back in for the very fast 9-1 clear there. You to apparently you. And then I guess to you. Hit. Hit. Okay. Okay. No death there. 9-3, stop, wait. 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 Okay, I think you'll be alright. You were less than alright. Fuck! Okay, no. Slow it down. Slow it down. Now go it fast. Go it forward. Go right past that one. Because you can. And then I see that you two made it. And that gives me you. And then I'm out. I'm out. See you trying to knock me into the fencing. I'm out. I said that's dead. I'll reset. You didn't give me any trucks to be able to bridge that gap with. Now we've got trucks to bridge the gap with. Yep, there's that big claw. Okay, let me out, please. Thank you. Jesus, hell, the game hates me. 2, 3, come off of you. Take the ghost pop from here. Sends me forward really fast. Oh, I fucked it. I fucked it. I could have been going a million miles per hour. I could have been through the goal right now already. Okay, nope. Woo, boy. Lots of things coming at me. 9, 6, 2, 3. Well, this is just going to be ghost pops all the way to the top. Ghost pop, ghost pop, ghost pop, ghost pop. Bit of a timing mechanic so that I can get here, run into the back of you, get a great big jump. Sends me out to here. Shoot. I would have liked to do that better, but I didn't. So 20.3 out, and we're still alive. 9-7 now. Jump straight down to here. This is one of the easiest levels, I think, in the game, so no big deal for this one. We'll just clear this in no time and move on to some of the, more challenging fare, because, some of this is just gimmies, It's just a gimme. You gonna drive? Okay. There you go, yep. Start driving, and... God, it's so easy, this level. Just, every time, just walk it right in. Now, 9-8. Take the long jump here to these guys. Wait, wait, wait! Go out, come back. Oh, you were just... The game was kind to me there. I was not. I didn't do any of that well. Thank you, game. I appreciate you! Pop, pop. Nope, nope. I almost did it, but I didn't. So we'll take that as a pop, and then we'll run off the side. Run off the side. Run off the side. Yeah. Yeah, I see you falling. Shaking that thing. Shaking that. That's not... I see you falling. Alright, and the final level. See, you don't even have to, like... Okay. Boom, boom, boom. Oh. You don't even have to... With my in-game timer, you don't even have to worry about, loading in 9-10 before you start a run, because the time is paused until you exit the level complete screen. Huh? Alright, stop here. Right. Boom. 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 Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Oh, this is gonna be a slow one. Gonna be a slow one. Stop. I'm just getting out of control is what's happening here. Fuck it. Walk it up, pawn. You're not gonna have a lot of time to line this up now. I know. Okay, lined up, go. Got it. Nailed it. Nailed it. Now let's see if the credits screen works on mine. Yeah, it worked on my installation. Something wrong with you, AJ, not me. 25-minute, 32-second in-game time. Woo! How you like me now? What-a-da, what-a-da. Oh, damn. Just 24.5 seconds over the last IGT PB. The best that I've ever done. Food is asking to be burned, said Rex, and I had to go. Thank you, Rex, for stopping by and subbing. Got rejected. Manipulating trucks, how cool. You did it! I'm so proud. Woot. I did alright on that run. And we will shortly see what the difference is in IGT, in-game time, and real time when you've got the auto clicker enabled, so that, you know, so that on the very first frame, that you can click the next level button, it does click the next level button. Let's see. Don't worry, Pawn. Don't call me Ron. It's Ronan Pawn. Call me Pawn. Don't worry, Pawn. Goldfish is even more out of the loop. He asked if Harvey still does the yearly charity stream. Miss Kerbal Polar Expedition. Yeah. Well, Harvey and I neither of us have done anything about it, but we've got a project technically in the works. I like Pawn's attempt to stop KP. That was funny. So yeah, let's just scroll up here and look at my times. So, World 9, what is the compare against method right now? Best split times. No, do it against PB. So apparently against my current PB, I just came through hell 16 seconds faster, came out of World 8 26.4 slower, out of World 7 20.6 slower, out of World 6 11.9 faster, 24.6 slower in Medieval World, Laser World 4.4 seconds faster, 11.5 slower out of Winter, 26.2 faster out of World 2. So that was, you know, the biggest place where I could have made some gains there, and by having that, we negated like an entire World 5 being slow kind of a thing. And then it's a lot of back and forth and pull, and you can see how at the end it adds up to an extra 24.5. Now if I flip live split over from game time to real time, because it records both at the same time, the real time of that run was 26 minutes and 14 seconds. Using the auto clicker. So 2614.26. And what you can divine from that, if you subtract the two figures, except for because of I didn't load 910 in first, but what you can generally divine between these two when you are using the auto clicker is if that's 2614 and then game time was 2532, then, you know, the load times between levels, which is all you're really waiting for when the auto clicker is enabled, you know, can be from 30 to 45 seconds difference just on load times for 90 levels of the game, which is why this auto splitter exists. And by the way, it just worked through that entire run flawlessly, no false positives, no false negatives, timed everything exactly the way that it should do, using the most recently updated patterns for that. That is a lot, says Ed. Yes, it is. It is a lot. You know, it's a lot of, like, why are we recording this time? Which is why I made this IGT splitter, or, well, it's one of the reasons why I made the IGT splitter. But yeah, that was a really good run. A really good run. What is my, best? My best is, if we switch my, my layout so that the subsplits, instead of showing what they're showing, which is the individual time per level and per segment, if we switch it to showing the split time, then we can see that my best run in IGT to date has been 25 minutes and 7 seconds. And this is using the auto clicker on both of these, and let's see what that is in terms of real time. It was 2607.93. Oh, well then maybe it wasn't using the auto clicker on that one. That, by the way, is my new PB, if that's if that's the truth, even for just no ability. So 26:07 is what it says is my best time there in real time, and then game time is 25:07, which I would assume that PB was run without the auto clicker, because if it's a minute's difference, then that's probably 30 seconds of load time and 30 seconds of me clicking the button time. Do I have that recording, for Christ's sake? I ran it at 26:07? That's impressive. I am in shock. No Tom Briere? The pianist on YouTube who could sight read Super Mario World. He had an accident in 2016 and can't talk now. I don't know him. His parents are in charge of his medical decisions for some reason. And for some reason ended speech therapy against his will. I now have nightmares. Good God. Good God. Don't, don't be hurt so much. Don't hurt. Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me no more. So AJ sent me a false positive while we were doing the run, or maybe before I started that last run, and maybe that false positive has been solved by our update to the patterns that we did in the midst of this. But if it has or it hasn't, I don't care. Let's copy the image and drag it into GIMP, and we'll have a look at it and see if it is something that actually fails. So boom, copy you in right there. Where are you, baby? Yeah? Okay, you popped right in. Cool. So we want you in the top leftist corner. Leftist corner. Like that to start. We also need to flip you just to do this little pattern analysis. So first test is, does it catch it in the first 200 frames or 200 pixels? And the answer to that is yes. So it will start by doing this. It will cut off the leading white space to there. And then once it's done that, it's going to look at the 230 pixel mark for 30 pixels to see if it can't find the first black pixel from there. When it does, in fact, let's drop this. Okay, so that's good, and it absolutely would find it in the next 30 pixels, so that worked just fine, which means when that happens, then what we get is this gets realigned to there as our new center point for these patterns, and then it goes back and forth to these. So in terms of finding edges, found an edge, found an edge, found an edge, found an edge, found an edge. Now in terms of white spaces, there's our issue, which is right here, the P. The P got in the way of this working. Now, here's the deal, though. I'm doing this test first at the 0. I've got 2 tests in our pattern file. Where is our pattern file? Bring it back over here. You've got level complete 1 and level complete 2. They are the exact same test, except that one of them happens 22 frames or 22 pixels lower than the other one, and it's specifically to account for this possibility of catching something weird like that. So down from the top, we would come down by 22 pixels, and that would be down here. And in fact, could I just, like, if I grab at 22 pixels and then go up to 0, so that's what the test should look like after that little conversion thing. We still find the edge, 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 we still find the edge. Ah! So that white space got tripped. That white space got tripped because now the V is so high. Okay, no, that's a good. That's a. I needed to know about that false positive. Yeah. So in order to like deal with that, I could either just get rid of this as a test, or I could replace in the second pattern that we've got, I could make this test for like here and maybe here, because we know that it's going to be the lower of the 2 tests, and so it should be nearer to the bottom of the V, so we would have some space like that. in terms of the white space tests, we do have this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, and then there's this one. So I could just dump it. You know, more of these tests means less likelihood of false positives. I kind of like the idea of doing the others, but it does make it more complicated. So if I just dump it, I just don't have that one. That's the last of the white space tests. So if we were going to take that out, then we just do the planes, and in level complete 2, we take that out, and in level complete 1, we take that out, and then boom, we've got the splits file is updated, and now it doesn't have that anymore. So now it's running 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 planes tests per. It's running 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 edge tests. So a total of 10 tests, plus the 2 that are inherent by the concept of first searching for the first black pixel and then the origin search. So it's really 7 edge tests, 5 plane tests per, 12 tests to determine whether or not this is the thing that we're trying to look at. Why not use a character recognition library? I did that first. I actually built my own OCR, optical character recognition thing, and then I realized that doesn't work for our purposes because of the way that the game runs. So yeah, that was the first thing I did, and it took like 2 or 3 weeks. I made an optical character recognition system, trained it off of Google's Tesseract OCR, trained it in the new symbols, and it was working. It worked fine. And then I realized for the implementation of Clustertruck, it does not accomplish the goal of what I was trying to do. So I spent 2 or 3 weeks developing my own AI self-learning optical character recognition thing, and then just threw it out. I mean, I still got it, but it's not useful for this project. I'm an idiot. But yeah, that was my first thought too, so it makes me feel like less of an idiot that it's, you know, one of your thoughts as well. Why not use character recognition? Also, character recognition is a lot slower the way that I was doing it, so in terms of being able to grab as many frames per second as possible, this system is slick and fast. It's covered in butter and corn syrup. What? Well, the butter and then, that's just, and then you deep fry that. Butter and then corn syrup. That's a heart attack waiting. What are you talking about? Okay, so that's the new clustertruck.config. I will pass this newer clustertruck.config file then onto AJ and Noah. I forgot about Noah because he hasn't gotten back. He's probably asleep right now. So clustertruck.config. Here's a new one. New one to fix that issue. And then I will give this to Noah as well. Updated best pattern file to date. Okay. More things to break. OCR, optical character recognition? Yeah, optical character recognition. In fact, I've still got it here if we look through my OCR.py. This was my optical character recognition set of programs. So where I was grabbing the in-game time from Clustertruck, where it runs the time in the lower right corner when you're in a level. It's over to the right. You see it in the lower right? It's down there. It's down there. Do you see it? It's down there. I was just gonna grab those times out of it. And that, you know, I built it. It worked. It turned out that it's not useful. I'll show you why it's not useful. Okay, it did stop the flow of that right there. So that was actually useful. But I swear there are, like, if you end the game on a fail skip, it doesn't stop the time. The other thing is, watch this, okay? If I were just monitoring those times and taking a shot of them, watch this. I can just hit the reset button at any time. And by the time the program would acknowledge that I just hit the reset button, I mean, I might be able to, like, grab that last frame. It's an alternate way of doing it. It's definitely an alternate way of doing it, but there were other problems that arose from doing it that way, as well as, like, the amount of time it took to process each character. Because I was processing them multiple times, was my way of going about it. Let's just make sure, did I not, I didn't, like, type in an extra 3 or something somewhere, do I? That sometimes happens. No? Okay, we're good. So I also need to, now that I've given other people that better split file, I need to copy it into my own directory where this is running, which will be under dist and splitrp version 0.02 and paste and replace the file in the destination. Yes, go right ahead. And that means closing the program. Here's another like cool feature that I integrated since the first 0.01, since the first alpha that I circulated, because AJ, I had this set up so that it appeared off screen. It appeared on my left screen, and he didn't have a left screen. He's got like a right screen, so it was, you know, not visible. So he said, "What the hell?" And I went, "Oh, sorry about that." So what I've done now is I've integrated it so that, let's say we put this up here, and then we closed it. And then the next time that I opened it, it would open up right there. So it now tracks wherever the last place is that you had it open. When it closes down, it stores that to the settings file so that you can like decide where you want this on a regular basis, and then it will just, you know, remember it. This graphical user interface is nothing, though. This graphical user interface is completely going to be thrown away, and I'd love to show you what I intend for the graphical user interface. And since I would love to show you that, what I'm going to do, what are you going to do, Pawn? I'm going to take a picture of what I've drawn with my cell phone. I'm doing that as we speak. Can I turn on the flash, please? No. Turn on the flash. Just turn it on, in fact. Oh, okay. And hang on. Yeah, just hold with me. It's probably still going to be an awful picture. How did that come out? Yes, it is. It's an awful picture. It's fine. So I've now got it on my cell phone, and I will transfer it. I'll just send it to myself on Discord. We'll try that. Send it to someone on Discord. AJ, if you're still paying attention, there's no reason why you need to see this, but I'm sending it to you. I just sent it. All right, so now I can grab the original, and boom. So here's my picture. Here's my drawing of what I'm planning for this this splitter to actually look like. So we're going to have at the top of it will be, I'm just going to get rid of all of the, as much of, I don't know, we'll see. But I'm going to take off the top bar, basically. I'm going to take off the top bar because that's an easy thing to do in GUI settings. And I'm going to replace the top bar with a clickable, draggable space. I'll just recreate that function, have my own, you know, closing and minimizing buttons, no big deal for that. And then at the top is just going to be like the place where you can click to load up the file, and then choose what pattern file you want to load in, because again, this splitter is built for Clustertruck, but I've built it in such a way that you could write patterns for any game. That you could write patterns for anyway. You could write patterns for, yeah, pretty much any game, as long as it's got a screen or a certain thing that you can trust that there's always gonna, you know, this area of the screen is always gonna look like that when I want a split to happen, then you could write a pattern for it. So, you know, the ability to load in a different pattern file if people start using this for other games. So you click there, you'd load in another file, you'd have like little cogs wheel for adjusting settings, maybe, I'm not sure about that. But this is the big idea that came out of AJ's testing, and that's the idea when it loads up these patterns, when it loads up from a config file, and you've got these patterns for level complete 1, level complete 2, credits, runtime pause, pre-run pause, so forth and so on. When it does that, I'm going to have right on the main screen, it's going to load it up and say, okay, level complete 1, level complete 2, level complete this, and then whichever one it hit or is landed on, you know, highlight that one, make it a different color, that kind of thing. Show you the action that it's going to perform, which is also, that's a characteristic of each one of these patterns. What's the action? Well, this one's start timer, RN, set game time 0.0. That's what that one does. So it'll show you the action, you know, just trailing off the screen. It'll show you the name of the pattern, and then you will have little radio buttons on the left here where you can toggle them on or off. And the reason this came out of talking with AJ, the idea for this was because he was saying, I don't want it to do the pause thing, where if I pause the game, then it pauses the in-game time pauser, and I also don't want the final credits split active for whatever reason. It's like, okay. And I thought about that and said, well, the way that you would do that, or could do that, is just come into the splits file and, you know, delete the split that you don't want. If you don't want it to pause when you pause, then take out the runtime pause thing, or even just clear the action for it, and then it won't do it. And obviously, like, you can't just ask a user to go into a pattern file and, you know, do that. I mean, you can, but if you give it to them in a better way. So what I've done is I've given all of the splits now have a quality of whether they are enabled or not, true or false. And the idea will be right from here, you'll be able to turn on and off all of the different patterns that exist in the file that have been loaded into memory, so that it will either parse them or it won't parse them. So if you don't want it to pause, you could click on that one and then it wouldn't pause anymore. If you didn't want the credits, you click on that one and the credits would go off, and, you know, that kind of thing. So that you can control the various ways that, you know, the patterns file is running without me having to make this program so specific to one task that that it wouldn't really be usable for another game or for another task. Let's see. Aren't there speedrunning software for Clustertruck already? There is. The Autosplitter for Clustertruck is it installs into the game. There's many people in our community who do not use the Autosplitter because they could never get it working on their system, or could never, like, figure out how to install it. And I think it works consistently. It's just kind of complicated to get up and running, and it doesn't behave the same way all the time. Sometimes you'll have to close Clustertruck and restart Clustertruck, and then it will connect with the live split server. It's a little bit inconsistent. The other thing is that it times based on when you click the next level button, or, like, if I were to start a run from out here, then it would time the moment that I clicked. It would start the timer. And then there's, you know, like, what would it be? About 3/10 of a second, 2 to 3/10 of a second, before you actually load into the game. You know, there's like 14 frames or something like that between when you click and when it starts the game. So you're immediately recording time that really don't need to. It also makes it kind of hard for the moderators to, I mean, they haven't complained about it, but I know because I've done the job myself and just working on my own splits and checking other people's splits when I'm really close to their split, or to their times on the leaderboard. It makes it kind of hard for the moderators of our leaderboards to go through frame by frame on a video and try and figure out the moment where you can prove that someone clicked a button. You know, it's just kind of like this, the set of rules for our current leaderboards are built to accommodate the idea of if you aren't running the splitter or if you are running the splitter. And because the splitter times the way that it does, the rules have to sort of just deal with, they have to be written to accommodate that. So for people who aren't using the splitter, it's really kind of shitty place to start time, to be honest with you. And for people who are, you know, and then when you get to the end of the game, it's great because it actually just stops right when you hit the button. So it works really great there. It doesn't work great there. It doesn't give us in-game time either, which is what we just recorded. Oh, let me reset that. That's what we just recorded here earlier, was in-game time and not real time. So real time is just from that first split to the end split, and all the splits in between are just for you and your data. But in-game time is actually like, my splitter is pausing during the frames that you're on the level complete screen, so that you're not accumulating time when you can't play the game. And what that does is enables speedrunners for Clustertruck who don't have as powerful a computer as the next speedrunner, who don't have an SSD to load Clustertruck up onto for quicker load times. It allows them to compete, because you can be losing. We've just shown that load times on my system, which is a Ryzen 2700 with all the cores that come along with that, and a GTX 1070 on a Clustertruck, which is not a game that, you know, puts heavy demand onto your system. If you have, you know, and it's loading up off an SSD, so like on my runs, we've just seen that it can be anywhere from 30 to 45 seconds just in load time, pure load time. at the end of the levels over the course of 90 levels. Now imagine that your computer is just a little bit slower, and every level load, there's like 5 extra frames over how fast someone else's computer runs. Pull up a little calculator here and say, so that's going to be 5 frames per each level complete screen, so we'll say actually 89, right? Well, there's also the start time, but let's just say 5 times 89, so we've got 445 frames per second, so divide them by 60 frames per second, and that means that by the end of the game you will have 7.41 extra seconds that you're carrying over the next person. And that's if you're only seeing an extra like load time per level of 5 frames. And it can be more than that. It can be significantly more than that. So people with, you know, computers that are a little bit slower who are trying to competitively run Clustertruck are in this current state limited by like their affluence. You know, it comes down to, do you have the money to afford a great big computer that's beastly and an SSD and that sort of a thing? Because, you know, again, if we did it 10 times 89, that's going to be 890 divided by 60. If you're losing 10 frames per level, 1/6 of a second, your eye won't even catch it. You wouldn't feel like it's slow. But by the end of the game, you will be 15 seconds behind someone else who is running exactly the same way that you are. You know, they'll be 15 seconds ahead of you just by virtue of the fact that they have more money or a better computer that they have access to. So that's kind of where all this started with, we need a better auto clicker, and then it turned into what it is now, which is a system that, you know, is very, like, pliable, very, like, loose. I mean, look at how simple and clean I've defined a pattern here. The game's name is Clustertruck. The original scale that we wrote these at was for a 1920 by 1080 screen. If we have an auto click function like I do, then this is where you auto click. The screenshot areas, runtime and pre-run, this is top left, and width and height, that's where we're going to take the screenshots. The tests we're going to run at runtime, at pre-run, and in standby. And then when you're like writing these patterns, that's a pattern. That is the pattern that detects the level complete screen, and this pattern is built to accommodate shaking level text that scales up and scales down, and sometimes it's over here, sometimes it's over there, and it sees every single one of the frames of that shaking levels complete text. We just ran the whole game, 90 levels, and it saw all of them. Just with this simple pattern, this set of values. That's all it needed. So, you know, it's not exactly easily accessible for anybody who, you know, isn't into this kind of stuff to program a pattern, but maybe that's for the best. Because it means that people who are into this stuff will be the only people who bother writing patterns for games, and then you'll have, like, strong patterns written by people who have a mind for them. But what I'm saying is, this pattern is written to detect something that shakes and scales. And if you were playing a game where it always had some thing, you know, that popped up, that was always in a certain location on the screen at the end of every level, and it didn't shake and scale and act like it does in Clustertruck, then you could have one pattern instead of two. You could have a much simpler pattern. You wouldn't need the credits. You wouldn't need the run. Like, you can do very simple patterns for simpler games, and they would work as well. So I think that this system, as it's written right now, is already pretty approachable in terms of writing patterns for other games. And I'm very happy with that. Get rid of the OCR thing. What else have we got here? Timing, config handlers, settings, main6.spec, you weren't helpful at all. Compile.py, you weren't helpful at all. So what is left on the to-do list for this splitter is split by world, which is, if I integrate it, and I'm not sure, but if I integrate it, it will be part of the, like, settings where you can tell it basically to register and integers some amount of splits before it actually sends one split. So count up to 10 and then split it. Because in Clustertruck, some people run by segment. Split by segment. Well, no, by world. So they're splitting by the worlds as opposed to by the individual levels, so they'd want to count up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then split. I think that's not... You should just stop doing that, but I may support it. Appropriate timerless GUI, that's the big thing, is just writing up this GUI. Once that's done, basically the program is shippable. And then through testing and people reporting back their falsies, we should be able to get to the best pattern possible. Disable pausing and final splits from GUI settings, disabled enable grouping. So that's basically what I was just describing around the GUI in the picture that I showed you. Right back here, the on-off buttons for the patterns enabling and disabling. Export adjusted resolution patterns. That is the idea, an idea I have for if you're trying to if you write a pattern for 1080p, and then you try and scale it up to 1440p, and it works, but not as perfectly as the 1080p did. My idea is to have it be able to export the 1440p version of your 1080p one to a file for you so that you could then tweak it. Instead of, having to scale it up from 1080p, if you just need a 1440p thing, you could, here's all the values once we've scaled it up to 1440p, and now make whatever adjustments you think you need to make in order to make it work better than it works. I suggest it being an array of integers so it is more flexible. What being an array of integers? Then it's more applicable to more games. What, though? I've talked right past whatever you were talking about, AJ. Would you be mad if someone else made a perfect timer before you finished yours? Not that I'd do that. Someone actually people on the Clustertruck server, told me, see that, fella named Tofool, made, a Python program that he's just calling Autosplit that does something that's kind of similar to what I'm doing. If I could pop open the screen here, the deal here. So here's Autosplit, and what he's got going on with Autosplit is basically it's a far more like user-friendly version of what I'm doing, because like you can basically take a screenshot image of the screen that you want to fire splits on, and so you'd fire a split as soon as you'll see it, and now it fires the split. So when that pops up, it fires the split. Now the way that this works is it's using similarity testing, so it's taking this versus whatever's up here, it's comparing the two, and then it's getting a value back, and I believe this is all features that are supported by OpenCV and NumPy, and he's doing it in Python, so it's pretty simple comparison kind of thing to do. So he's comparing the two, what's currently on screen with what you want to match, and then he's setting back a threshold of how similar the two have to be for it to match. So 0.9 is what it is, and then a pause time between splits. So this will split your file, and then it will not try to fire another split for 30 seconds on that image.
You need to make sure you name the program running on insert proc name free advertising.
I actually thought about that. I like the name SplitRP for now. But, so his system fires a split, and then it locks you out of the ability to fire a split for as long as you tell it to, in order to avoid firing a split again and again and again. This is a good system for real-time, auto-splitting. It's going to be very, fluid, very usable for a lot of different people. It can cover a lot of different scenarios. Some risk of false positives are going to exist, but you can control that with the similarity threshold, and basically, if it can't be done with this system, then it just can't be done with this system. So it's going to be very usable and easily accessible by people to be able to, load in, well, these are the images for every split in, say, Super Mario 64, and then you're done, and you can take the images and I think you can select a certain area of the screen to do testing on, so it's very versatile for that. What it can't do is in-game time, unless your game is like a certain just perfect thing, where you could sort of like pause timing for a certain amount of seconds, because that from the moment that screen goes, then it goes for another, so many seconds and stuff like that. But what my splitter supports right now that this doesn't is in-game time. And that's what I wrote it for from the very beginning. It was all about in-game time. So when my splitter's running, once you hit a level complete screen, it pauses in-game time, and then it doesn't release until the frame on which you, re-enter the level, which is something that this can't do. Although in the right game, it might be able to match like the first frame of a level when you come back out of it. In the right kind of a game. But yeah. So there's other people already like writing things that are doing similar things to what mine is doing right now. And that's fine. You know, mine will be the best, but whatever. I'm talking about split after X detections, or split by world. Yeah, so being an array of integers, so it's more flexible, then it is more applicable to more games. Split after X detections. Oh, you mean like, being able to load into like a pattern file, I suppose, would be the thing. A list of the first split will come after 6, and then 10, and then 5, and then 2. Yeah. Yeah, that is a good idea if I choose to support that feature at all. Because as I have pointed out in the last time that we talked about it, the other way that you could accomplish that is to do what I've done with this split file. You know, make a split file that gathers all of the information that you possibly can, and then I don't have to write like an extra system that tacks on and that does an extra if statement and counts extra integers, and like, I can support it. I'm very much, I still 70% in the direction of no, because all of the features that you're talking about, wouldn't it be great if this were like able to be done, are already supported by LiveSplit. So it's like me writing a second thing on top of a thing. It's this, you know, in my mind, it's similar to, I got rid of my own internal timer in this program. I used to keep time myself. And then LiveSplit was keeping time, but I was keeping the time, and then I was sending time to LiveSplit. And so then LiveSplit was just sort of like looking like it was the timer, but really mine was the timer. And that's stupid. I want LiveSplit to do the timing. That's what it's for, you know? It's just a timer, really. So let it do the timing. So I got rid of my timer, and now I just send the timer information. For me to like create an nested system where I count up the splits and then go to the next split is the same as if you make make a split file that just has those splits in it, and then with the subsplits layout settings property, you just, if you don't want to see the subsplits, always hide subsplits, and then that's what you'll see is just the subsplit times. But it will be in the background counting all of those levels, so you get more data than maybe you want. The program still works appropriately, and I don't have to, you know, create a secondary system on top of a system that's already supported by the program that's being used. So I'm still 70% in the direction of, you know, not duct taping a system on when that system's already supported. The more experiment, the more people trying, the better the results can be made. That's right, when we start like circulating this thing to the rest of the community, it'll be saving the false positives and false negatives to those directories, and then when they get it, they can just like drop it into Discord chat in the Clustertruck server and say, hey, I got another one, and then I'll look at the pattern and go, oh, that's why that happened, huh? Alright, we're gonna have to try this as bad. In my mind, I think of split after X detentions as a way to detect things your splitter can't normally detect. What? This might be an issue for games with hundreds of possible splits, or thousands, like Celeste, where every single screen could be a split. So, if there were a system where if every single screen could be a split, you need to write your pattern detection better, number one. Number two, if every single screen were a split, then we'll just count up thousands of, I'll just put an integer value in the, doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense. If you've got a screen that you can split on, that's how this works. That's how this system works. If you don't, find another system, you know, or don't use an autosplitter. If the game doesn't support any way for a visual detection, then this isn't the solution for you. But when it comes to the idea of you know, splitting after 10 splits. Well, here's a system where it counts all 10 splits and then it splits to the next segment, and you end up storing that data for yourself later in case you at some point in future become interested in whether this is the faster that or the other faster that. And like, it also has to do with, I'll show you how this is written, which it would just bother me to do this. I'm already doing a couple of duct tape solutions in here to support some things. So right now, my label that updates with the count of splits exists somewhere in here. If there it is. So here's like this is a piece of duct tape in my code. If run monitor's last test is, if the word split is somewhere in there, then if the auto clicker is active and the auto click is not none, then auto click. So that's an extra thing. But then, so if we find the word split in the last action, splits.count plus equals 1, window.split self.splits count, plus 1. So I'm looking in the last action to see if it was a split that was called or not, and then I'm updating the count in this little, do I have it open? Yeah, and down here, splits 0 right now. So that's how I'm doing that. And I don't like that. It's very, I'm looking for a string split in the last action that was fired. I mean, it works fine, but it's just, I don't love it that it does that. Because what if you were sending an action through that said unsplit? Imagine other people are writing other things that do other things using different patterns, and it says unsplit in it. Well, now I'm going to be finding the word split in unsplit, and I'm going to be counting extra. So this whole thing will probably just get thrown out when I release it, because there won't be a reason for me to count splits and to show that. So this is just like, for now, down here I'm counting splits because, here's something to look at. Well, it's running, that's changing. And also, it works in testing to make sure that, when you're on level 3.1, that you've split, how many times would that be? It's either 20 or 40, it's not 30. There's 1 to 110, it's 10, it's 2 to 210, and then 310. So 310 would be 30, so 3.1 would be 21. So you can, figure that out. But that's probably all going to go, because that does feel like a piece of duct tape on it. Now, all I have to do in order to support that feature that you're talking about is if run monitor.last test action find.split, I'd create another, counter thing variable, and that's plus equal to 1. And then if counter is greater than 10, then actually send a split through. But that also means that when I do that, I have to override the actual command that's being sent. So right now, the command that's being set is split, pause game time, r/n. So I would have to eat that command, that action that's being defined by the user in the pattern. I have to eat it every time that it fires, which means pause game time doesn't work anymore. Or I have to get even more complicated and do a split rn thing where I search for split/rn, and then I chop that off, and then just send the pause game time through, just send everything that isn't split/r/n through, which is also easily done in code, but just from a mechanical mindset of, someone's going to use this program, and now they're going to have to figure out, why is it not taking the data when I send through it? It's not doing the thing, even though I sent it through. This action in the system as it is, the action will just be done. Otherwise, I embed in this obfuscated code that most people will never see, systems that are augmenting the commands that you're actually sending to them. It just gets really ugly and really bad really fast, and it's duct tape. And here's the big thing, is that you can do what you want to do. It's already supported by LiveSplit. Why are you so dedicated to the premise of not writing and using a better fucking split pattern? Split file! It already, you can already do everything that you want to do, and I don't have to, make my code that much more complicated with extra use cases and extra this and extra that and extra, it's elegant. It's an elegant solution right now, whereby you, the designer of the pattern, have complete authority and control over it. And in order to integrate that system, I will have to remove you of that complete authority and control over it, which means now I'm making it more specific to specific tasks, and then people aren't going to necessarily... It's overly complicated to do that especially when it already is supported. Usually I would have a function for every white space you have there. Like, most of my functions are less than 50 lines. Oh, well, this is the main running object. So I've got my functions declared up here, but the main running object, this is the biggest of them. So the running deal. And not a lot of this code actually reproduces. You know, a lot of it's pretty specific to the task. So it's kind of like... It's kind of like this is the main body of the code, and I've just written it into a class object. In terms of like how the rest of my code, config handler, don't show that up. But timing.py, here's like a bunch of functions and classes for my different timers that I made up, and then screen monitoring, here's the little functions and classes and things like that. That's my clean code. And most of this file up here is all that. Here's my little functions that I use, and some declarations and object instantiation. But then we get into the actual object and function, and then this, because it's the big one, it's the well-running function. It's the big long one. But it has a lot of specific things that are task specific to what it's doing. So for the main body of code to be 212 minus 170, so 50 lines of code. There. It's exactly what you just said. My functions are less than 50 lines, so are mine. I don't know anything, and I love this. That's yeah, that's where we are. That's where we are with it. And it works great, and the more that I think about it, the less eager I am to support the split on world function. Like, build a better splits file. That's why LiveSplit integrated the ability to do subsplits. And the other thing is not build a better splits file. It's not like me saying, go do it yourself. When I distribute this code, I'm going to do something else that the Clustertruck community needs to have done for a long time, which is distribute splits files, for God's sake. Like, when the people who I've gotten into Clustertruck by playing it, people who've contacted me and said, hey, how do I get LiveSplit working and stuff like that? I've had to copy my own splits file and give it to them, like create empty copies of my splits files and distribute them, because on the Clustertruck leaderboards on speedrun.com, where you go to resources, we've got the Autosplitter for download, a link to the Discord group there's LiveSplit you can download, a skips spreadsheet with most skips and their time save, and then like here's the 3 splits. Oh, AJ, did you do this? Is it recent? Contains most of the categories. Really? Did you do this recently? Because it hadn't been done for ages. Any percent, levels, any percent, low grav, no ability, no utility, truck flip, twitch percent. Did you just make these splits up? When did you do it? Like, since I started bitching about it? Cool. Good work. Are they splits where all main levels worlds and all specific worlds contains all the worlds? Each level in desert is a split. Right. Like it should be. For anyone who's serious. Right. I think the reason why most people in Clustertruck ended up doing segmented, splits was because the Autosplitter was set by that for default, and 2, the Autosplitter has always been so complicated to get working in the first place that that when you tried to get it working for specific worlds, you might have broke everything, or like, it doesn't make any sense not to split on every world. Why wouldn't you? Or every level, rather. All specific worlds. Let's download that too. Specific world splits. Oh, these are just the segments. Okay, so these are segments. What was this again? Any percent with the levels, any percent, and then any percent, low grav, low grav, no ability, low grav, truck flip, no ability levels, no ability, no utility levels, no utility, truck flip, twitch. Cool. I'm probably going to have, like, not to pee in the toilet, but I'm probably going to distribute, well, subsplits is what I'll be distributing, because it's a different thing in live split. When you go to do like layouts and whatnot, if I pulled this over here and we did layouts, so that's what you get from layouts, and you can add, what is it? Is it splits, or you can add subsplits? So I'll release the stuff for subsplits, which is this, where you've got a collapsing split that understands World 1 Desert is all of these levels, and then you can set it so that when it's done with that, it will collapse all that up and then show you World 2. It's the coolest. It's the coolest, I think. But I'll add those to the collection. But thank you, AJ, for actually, like, getting on this after God knows how long. When I first came to it, like, trying to join this community of speedrunners was 3 hours of work just getting live split working, and then the friggin' Autosplitter wouldn't work right, and install and uninstall and flipping things around, searching online, trying to figure out which DLL, how I'm supposed to replace that, because it wasn't clear, and I finally get it in there, and then I'm all ready to go, and I realize I don't have a splits file, and the only splits file that was here was this alpha 0.15 splits file that has, like, I don't know, 9 levels in it from before the game was developed. Let's see, I realized that I already had the split files for everything already organized, so I did it. Good, thank you. Open the files I shared with the description levels. I have the collapsing subsplits and all. Oh, cool! Cool! Excellent, then there you go. That'll support my program. I'll support my program, or rather my program, it's just... Yeah, if I go counting up splits, then I'd invent a whole new system is what I would do. Like, I wouldn't even do it this way. I would make an action, and then if the action was not a live split action, maybe I'd wrap the action in a class so that it's like live split, and then it would just send the action through, or action equals count. It would get so archaic, so overcomplicated for what it is right now. So I don't want to do it. And I may still do it, but I don't want to do it. It'll all come down to when I'm making the GUI. What do I want to do? What do I want to do? How do I want to do it? But yeah, so on the to-do list, we're good. We're good. These are all the things that I have done in the process of getting us to this point. What needs to happen now is going to be the GUI, and the other thing is config handler has just been this whole process. This is just a big, ugly chunk of code. It's the kind of thing that you just, with a hammer, you shove code into the holes to make sure that it quits leaking everywhere. And that's basically what this is. So I might have to reinvent the whole way that I handle the config files, because it's a lot. I mean, I would not feel good putting this up on GitHub, is what I'm saying. I feel just fine putting this up on GitHub. And just fine putting this up on GitHub and this up on GitHub. All this is just a-okay according to me. But config handler is just shoving things in. And also it doesn't really lend itself well to trapping file loading errors, which I did end up doing just a basic deal for here after you tested, AJ. I put in a... Basically, just the program will still crash if you try and load it without the files in place, but at least it will pop up an error message box telling you the reason why it's not going to load, and then it closes, as opposed to just popping up a message that doesn't tell you why it's closing and doesn't tell you what the problem is. But that's all. The GUI thing is going to be the biggest fucking headache. Bug: if you close live split while your program is open, it crashes. Really? So game window not active. First off, let's try control stop server. Okay, so it doesn't crash then. I'm gonna exit live split. I want to save my splits now? Yeah, okay. Layout has been updated. Do you want to save your layout now? Yeah, okay. I guess, yeah, I could see that then if I'm just going to pull this back over to the other screen, if I then go back into Clustertruck, and it... Yeah, it's dead now. It's dead now. Released pre-run pause. Fatal error detected. Failed execute script main 6. Okay, so that I will add to the bug list. That makes sense. It's not checking to make sure that the live split server is still connected on every request. So, add that to bugs. Test live split connection active before attempt communication. Yeah. Okay, that's good. And that'll actually get me to finally do what I went back and forth on it. I actually wrote live split as a object at one point, and then I realized, like, for all the function that I'm using in live split, it's kind of stupid to make its own object, because it kind of already is. The socket object is already an object, so I don't really need it. But now that I'll have to, like, be checking and testing, are you still connected, and asking it questions like that, I'll build it into an object finally, which will make the code look a little bit sweeter, a little bit nicer too. I did open a new live split, so I don't know if that does anything. It's gonna be that, yeah, it's the server connection. Because we only test if we're connected the first time. You know, we haven't been testing the connection on every communication. And I'll have to see if that's feasible. I'll probably have to do, like, some timing tests on... It should be instantaneous. It should be instantaneous, like, in the same nanosecond, that I'll be able to send a request to the server just to see if it's still there. I don't know. But as a bug, it's a good bug. You caught a good bug there. That's engine-level bugs, and that's what I'm looking for right now, engine-level bugs. And that will also possibly lead me to, you know, the GUI's going to have to be an object too. I think I'm going to objectify that. Is it already? Don't I must have closed GUI at some point. GUI? Yeah, I did, but I did it in the sloppiest way possible. I made it into its own object. So then everything will be an object running side by side, and that'll be nice. And then when the live split is... Because right now, live split actually, you know, checks in with the window on its state while it's loading. Because of that bug that you found, AJ, where you could, you know, crash the program... or rather, it wouldn't close. The program wouldn't close until after it connected. Well, now I just added this in, if window closing exit. So if it's stuck in this waiting loop for reconnection, then it will detect a closing state for the window, and then it will exit. So that can be made cleaner once it's objectified, too. Do I want to, like, carry on here? I put up a really good time. That was a really good run, and this is an off live stream day. We're not supposed to be streaming. I just did. I think I'm going to call it. And the next big deal that I'll be getting into here is the GUI, and it's not very fun or happy to deal with this stuff in Python. Graphical user interface design in Python is a horrible process. Hello, Pony! Franker Z? I'm just wrapping it up. But the Autosplitter worked good. It works good. The patterns are all, like, catching. Found a couple of new ways where it can, you know, fail, but they are very extreme outside cases that we have, hopefully, patched. So it shouldn't be a problem. Damn, of course I show up at the ends. We want to see it running? Once. I'll show you it running once. I'm going to leave. So we get the live split back open. We'll start up split RP. I'll pull you off this screen. It's down there below the, it's down here anyway. It needs to connect to the live split server, so I will go over to live split. I will start the live split server. Now it knows the game window is not active because it's just that smart. It knows that we've returned to the game window. Let's go out to the first level, and it is ready to begin. If I backed up, it'd be in standby mode. It's ready to begin, and it's begun. Off and away into the wild blue yonder. Here we go. Into the sea. Run has started. And then found level complete 1. Oh, yeah, and it did it auto-clicked for me into the next level, which is going to be an enableable and disableable option. But yeah, it splits on the splits. Hopefully it doesn't split on the not splits. And if you want it to, it will click the next level button for you, which is something that the leaderboard moderators, well, we as a community of speedrunners are going to have to decide how we feel about that. And, you know, is that something that we want to create a new category for? Is it something that we want to just make, like, okay for everyone? And I like the idea of it just being okay for everyone. I think it's a good idea to just make it like, you can do that. You're allowed to do that. And here's my argument for it. And by the way, notice that it paused the timer because we're outside of the window right now. I'll just reset the timer and everything. And then well, no need to shut you down, really. By the way, how much CPU consumption are we seeing right here? So, let's do it like that. And like that. CPU consumption presently is 21%. Now let's close split RP. 20%, 19%, 20%, 19. So I'd say averaging 20. Hanging around 20%. Close split RP. Okay, but that's not a good measurement. That is not a good measurement. Because it's not doing anything while it's outside of the window. So, or while the window's not active. So if we go back into Clustertruck, it is now testing all of those frames. And you guys can't see, but I'm just going to tell you right now. CPU consumption presently is 26%, 27, 26, 26, 28, 30, 26, 27, 26, 26, 26. So it looks like it's 26 is what it's doing. And then there's other processes going on that are... So I'm going to close it now. And then we're going to go back into Clustertruck. And see what the CPU idles at. 23. 24. 23. 23. 23. 23. 23. So it's looking like my program, which is taking 60 frames, 60 screenshots per second, and analyzing them for pattern detection, averages a consumption of CPU.
Everything is cool when you're part of a team.
Averages CPU consumption of 3%. 3% to take 60 frames per second and analyze against all patterns in memory. Thank you, Dramasian. Everything is awesome. Go ahead and... What did I just do? No. Reset live split. And pop open split RP again, just to have it there. What was I going to say before I got off on the CPU consumption for it? I was really excited to talk about something. It's going to be the final big thing to talk about. And then it went from me. Because Pony didn't, he just spoke, and then I was like, oh, let me show you the CPU consumption, and then, you know. I forget. What am I going to do? I'm a man with chronic fatigue syndrome. You forget things. You really do. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thank you all for coming out. I am the Ronin Pawn. This has been a Ronin Pawn live. Hang on, let me just make sure that you guys can see me. There you go. This has been a Ronin Pawn live stream on a day where we don't usually live stream, showing off and taking the Clustertruck splitter for a run. I put in a 25-minute and 30-some second, I think, in-game time clear with the auto-clicker doesn't make any difference for in-game time, so 25, 30-second in-game time clear of Clustertruck with the auto-clicker active. In real time, it was a 26:07 or something like that. It was a 26:30. It was something in the 26 range anyway. It was a good time. on both ends of that thing. In any case, how's your mother? I don't know. This is where we stand today. What needs to be done is the GUI, the graphic user interface. That'll be the big thing. And as a part of making the graphic user interface, I'm going to have to address the mess that is my config parser code. But that's all for another day. I hope to see you back here tomorrow around about the 4 p.m.s is maybe, if I'm feeling good. By the way, I am feeling a lot better. I feel like the chronic fatigue syndrome broke. You know, like you go through days, sometimes weeks, and sometimes for me, you know, sometimes months. But I don't think I've had full months yet. I've had several weeks in a row. But you know, where it's just hitting you and hitting you and hitting you, and it won't let off. And finally, you know, sometime, I think last night, actually, I just sort of realized that I was feeling fine, you know. I wasn't in pain. And I didn't smoke weed. I didn't smoke my weed either. So I managed to get through it. Thanks for coming out, everybody. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your contributions. AJ, thank you for your time and for the friggin' split files on the Clustertruck leaderboards so that people can actually, you know, join us without having to reinvent the wheel every time. Thank you for that. Thanks for helping out with my program. I will see you all tomorrow. Probably. Maybe. That's going to be a hard pawn out.